What are your thoughts about corporate social responsibility? And what guidance can you give the students as a parting statement?
Yeah, my thoughts would be more on the extreme end for social responsibility. I just grew up with a sense of ethics, a very strong sense of it from my dad, and it was much more important to me in my life, my happiness, than anything that business ever brought me. I always thought when I worked at Hewlett-Packard, I was so strongly influenced by the it was a different Hewlett-Packard than today. Yep. The Hewlett-Packard values, and anybody could communicate at any level, and stockrooms of parts were not locked up from engineers that could use them, even for devices of their own design. And it was like we thought of ourselves as a family. Very much everyone is for everybody else. Everybody in here is good. They're a part of the family. When there was a horrible recession, Hewlett-Packard had to lay off 10% of the people. Instead of laying them off, everybody took a 10% pay cut. Nobody was fired, put on the street, told you don't have a job to support your family anymore. And I really believed in that. So, and ethical responsibility in the world, I just, being a caring person for those who don't have is just #1 thing for me. It's one of the reasons, I like teachers so much, and I married a teacher, and I am a teacher. And so, how do you do it? Obviously the profits come first, is the way we run our businesses these days. But boy, when you're working on something, you could just think, is there any step I could just take a little extra time that really doesn't show and motivates me even more about what I'm doing, that comes up with a little cleaner approach, maybe uses a little less energy, puts a little bit less for at least my project.
Okay.
Cost, and it all boils down to, making things for less cost. But you help the world, and also, if once you have this big money machine, earn a lot of money, small percentage, some reasonable percentage should really go to the surrounding community. That's where you came from. I came from my schools. I want to give back to my schools. I came from, various people in my life that were important to me and would want to give them back. And so it's good when a company thinks that way and actually does it.